What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well today. As for myself, I am doing good. Just finished up a recap and wanted to do a video on a comment that was left on one of my videos a few days ago. And this comment kind of sparked up some discussion in the Discord, so figured I would make a video on it. And the person leaving the comment was speaking on my usage of support, resistance, supply, demand, and he was saying that I was doing a disservice to new traders, and not me specifically, but y'all YouTubers. So I figured I'd make a video just kind of discussing that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring up the comment and then we'll delve into it a little bit. So let's see, we want to go to that screen right there. And this was the comment. Cut off my man's name or that person's name, but basically said, for some clarity, supply and demand is not support and resistance. Supply and demand isn't a proven area that has touched multiple times. Also, a support resistance level can be broken and continue to be support resistance. Supply demand is a violent or fast move out of a consolidation or a violent turnaround. I wish some of y'all YouTubers stop putting out information on concepts that y'all don't understand. That's putting out bad information to new traders. Where do we start with that? Let's see. First, I'm gonna start at the bottom and work our way up to the top. So firstly, let's go with, he stated that putting out information on concepts that we don't understand. So what I had to do, I went and I looked up the definition of concept. And getting this from dictionary.com, it says concept is a general notion or idea. Conception also says it's an idea of something formed by mentally combining all its characteristics or particulars, a construct. So I look at concepts as individual. Like my concept of something, it might be different than yours. And that's the beauty of the stock market. How I look at the stock market and I trade is going to be totally different than somebody else. And we could have probably come up under the same tutelage of someone. So if I'm putting out a concept, it's going to be my concept of it. And you might be able to learn something from it. You might not be able to learn something, because there's numerous people that I've learned from that trade totally different than how I trade. So I think concepts, like anybody in the market, they're going to have a concept on what they're doing, how they're trading. So that was the first thing that kind of struck me. And then I was like, well, let me go and actually look and see what like supply and demand is. Because me personally, I've always used those interchangeably. Like I've interchanged and used them. So this is coming from the Merriam Dictionary. It says supply and demand is a noun. The amount of goods and services that are available for people to buy compared to the amount of goods and services that people want to buy. If we go and we look it up in the Britannica, supply and demand, relationship between the quantity of a commodity that producers wish to sell at various prices and the quantity to which consumers wish to buy. It is the main model of price determination used in economic theory. So that's what these two sites, websites say supply and demand is. I don't see anywhere in there that it says it's a violent or fast move out of consolidation or a violent turnaround. But again, that is that individual's concept of what supply and demand is. Does it make that person right or wrong? No, it just means that that's their concept of what it means. So my concept might not be the same as that person's, but is it bad? Am I being a detriment to new traders? I'm not sure. Let's look at what support and resistance says. So we're going over to stockcharts.com on this one. It says support and resistance represent key junctures where supply and demand meet. What? They're using support and resistance and supply and demand in the same sentence? In the financial markets, prices are driven by excesses of supply, down, and demand, up. Supply is synonymous with bearish, bears and selling, while demand is synonymous with bullish, bulls and buying. These terms are used interchangeably throughout this and other articles. As demand increases, prices advance, and as supply increases, prices decline. When supply and demand are equal, prices move sideways as bulls and bears slug it out to gain control. So that's what stockcharts.com says. Let's see what Fidelity says. Fidelity says support and resistance levels are important points in time where the forces of, guess what, supply and demand meet. These support and resistance levels are seen by technical analysis or analysts as crucial when determining market psychology and supply and demand. When these support and resistance levels are broken, the supply and demand forces that created these levels are assumed to have moved, in which case new levels of support and resistance will likely be established. And they draw a chart showing support and resistance. So that's Fidelity's definition of support and resistance. And I'm making this video. It's kind of funny. I'm just being petty. I don't know if y'all watch this guy named Pocket Watching with JT. I like watching his channel. He likes to go after a lot of these people, gurus and furus out there. And he could be petty at times. I guess this is my petty moment for the day, because I kind of got a chuckle out of that comment, especially when he said that it was like a violent area where price moves. That sounds like a breakout to me. Normally, when price is consolidating and it breaks an area of consolidation, you'll get that violent or fast move. I've never associated that with supply or demand. But again, that's his concept. That's his thought, his or her thought on their definition of supply and demand. Does it make it right? No. Does it make it wrong? No. It makes it that individual's thought, that individual's concept. And then you take what you want out of it. How I look at support and resistance or supply and demand, it's going to be different than how Spark looks at it. Me and Spark go round and round all the time on trends. What he might see as being a trending market, I don't see it as a trending market because it doesn't meet certain criteria for what I look at to be a trending market. Does it make it right or wrong? No, it just means that the rules that he has for it to be trending is different than the rules that I have for it to be trending. But as always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments because those comments drive thoughts like this. It made me actually go and look up definitions of concept. It made me actually look up the definition of supply and demand, look up the definition of support and resistance. So we can always learn. We can always learn. And the comment section is a great place for us to learn because, again, trading is individual. Like, everyone has their own individual trading plan. Everyone has their own individual trading style, but we can always learn from other people's trading plan. We can learn from their trading style to where we won't trade the same, but there's something that they might be doing that we can pull from that and add it to our trading plan, add it to our trading style. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap this video up and we'll be back at it again later. Peace.